Hello everyone, this is Fifi Starchild and I've been called to talk to you about some downloads I've been getting. And I've been putting it off, but yesterday I had some downloads that really need to be shared. So in the meantime, while I'm talking with you, I'm going to be making some trinkets. I'll make lucky charms while I'm out busking for people, for spiritual protection. So I'm going to just sit and make some of those while I'm talking to you today. It's a perfect opportunity, and you probably will hear a little rustling and things like that because I'm going to be putting my herbs and things into my lucky charms. So that's just what's happening. Right, so we are going through an ascension, and you might not know what that means. And this is why I'm doing this, because I know there's a lot of people knows what's going on in the world and everything, a lot of the spiritual community and everything, but what about the people that are just seeing what's going on in the world and not being able to understand it and getting scared and, you know, wondering what on earth's going on, everything's gone upside down, that kind of thing. So those are the people that really I want to talk to, but also if you do know what's going on, I'll probably have a different perspective for you to think about. So first of all, the most important thing is that everything that's happening at the moment inside of us is perfectly natural. That's what you need to know. It's nothing to be scared of. The only reason that it seems scary is because we've been misguided for so long down a path that makes us think that the unseen and the invisible don't exist. And so now that they're going to start coming to the forefront of our experience this lifetime, it's going to be a bit scary for people. And straight to it, right? There are forces in this world that are natural and massive. You've got to understand what we're dealing with here. The forces of creation and the forces of destruction, the forces of life and the forces of death are massive. And you see, we've just been going on going on through our own little worlds, you know, just getting on with stuff, thinking that everything that, you know, is on the telly is real, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's not like that at all. We've been living under a rock spiritually, and now, because we're cosmic beings and because we're in a cosmic realm and the forces of nature have been held back for so long, they're coming forward whether we like it or not. So what we've got to do is to learn to adapt, and we've got to learn to adapt quick, because believe you me, things are going to start getting really hairy, and I mean like roller coaster hairy, you know. And I want you to kind of have at least a little fundamental understanding of what's going on. So this is the first video, and I'm just going to get into it. I have been dealing with the natural forces for a very long time, and I understand the natural laws and the natural principles, but nobody else really seems to. And you've got to try and find out what the natural laws are. The Hermetic principles are a good start. The law of assumption, the law of as within, so without, as above, so below, all that kind of stuff. As all the natural forces. You need to get au fait with the natural forces, the laws and stuff, and start moving your life accordingly. Now, in the Christian Bible, it says that, you know, you're supposed to like repent and stuff like that, right? That has been wordplay. That has been twisted around so you didn't know what to do when the time came. But the time is here. And so what you've got to do is find out what the natural laws are and start applying them. It's nothing to do with God per se, because God is not what we think anyway. And so no one's sitting in the sky saying, you must do this and you must do that. What I'm saying to you is that there are some natural things happening. And so for you to get through these natural things, the best way that you can, you're going to have to get one with nature and quick. Right? So I'm gonna just give you a few hints in this first video, right? I'm gonna just keep it nice and simple in this first video, okay? I've got stuff here I was going to talk to you about, but I'm being guided to just start with the fundamentals. So the fundamentals is that what we're dealing with is a fundamental principle of the universe is making itself known to us humans, and it is the feminine aspect of the being that we know as God. This is the feminine aspect of the being that we know as God. And so that's going to be a shock to the system first of all, but this is what's happening. And she is inside of all of us, as is the male principle. The male principle is much louder than the feminine principle. She has been quietly whispering to you for a very long time. She's been saying, try this or try that, or have less processed foods, drink more water. You know, things like that. That's what she's been saying. She's the voice, the small voice within you that's been whispering to you. It's probably since the day you were born, right? But you've been ignoring her. And so she's been as nice as she can for as long as she can. She's been as quiet as she can for as long as she can, right? But now it's getting to the point where she's going to have to start making herself a bit more forcefully known. And so because you've been ignoring her all of this time, all the advice she's been giving you is all coming in one fell swoop, because you're out of time now, right? This is a rhythm that we've got to get into really quickly. So instead of doing the work that she's been quietly, peacefully, nicely suggesting to you for so long, and you've been ignoring her, what's going to happen now is that you're going to be directly in front of your face, faced with probably your worst fears and your biggest nightmares. I don't mean to laugh, but don't you wish now that you'd listened all along to that small, quiet, peaceful voice that's been gently guiding you all this time? Because I've been listening to it all this time, thank goodness. So here I'm able to guide you a little bit. So she's going to be presenting you with your worst fears and your worst nightmares. Everybody that she's been guiding you to leave behind is probably giving you hella trouble at the moment. So the best thing to do is to think about all the things that this small voice has been saying to you all this time, all these years, and start applying it really, really quickly. And everything will settle down, I promise you. Okay? Try and get yourself some natural foods in you, because this is a vibrational shift, which means that if you're really, really, really low frequency, at the moment, then you're going to have to try and raise your frequency so that you can get with the energies. And any new information that she gives you, start following it as soon as you can. Okay? Sit with the energies, sit with the small still voice in quiet presence. Excuse me one sec. Drink water. Put a pinch of a good quality salt in your water so that you can hydrate your cells. If you're having physical issues, pain, stuff like that, go into your presence, go into what I call presence is I'll go all my energy, I cut off all my energy from the outside world, close my eyes, feel my own energy, feel the energy of the unified field around me, blend those energies together, and that's presence. And then you get like a nice feeling in your belly. It's like a love feeling. And then you just sit in that, and that's your presence. You need that. It's a form of meditation. This is the shortcut version of everything that you should have been doing all these years, right? Truly. So, yeah, so we're raising the vibration. So you need to get on to YouTube and look for meditations to raise your vibration. You need to stay around high vibrational energies, things that make you feel good. Stay away from low vibrational energies, things that make you feel off. Even if you think, oh no, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to pay my bills. Listen, right? Your soul needs your attention right now. Your soul needs your attention right now. And if you want to get through this in one piece, you're going to have to start working with your soul and your body. Okay? That is an absolute given. Your body will make your life a living hell if you don't start getting with this program really, really quickly. Right? Any pharmaceutical medications, you need to get off them as soon as you can. Gently, of course. You can't go to the authorities for this kind of information because they just don't know what's going on. They haven't got a clue what's going on. So I'll put my email address in the description box. And if you need to, you can email me and I can advise you that way. That's the best that I can do. I'll do what I can, but I've got to look after my soul as well. But I will do what I can. I can just send you to kind of sources such as natural remedies, things like that. So, you're not on your own, right? And once you start getting down this path, help will come. It will come, okay? You've just got to, this is where you've got to start having faith in the things that you can't see. Okay? Now just take a big deep breath with me here. Because I can actually feel your energy. It's not funny, is it, what's happening? I know. But you have been warned time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. But you've been ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it, and this is what's happened. So, all right. I think that'll do for now. I'll put my email in the description box below, and I'll make another one of these, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Good luck. I'll see you soon.